Hello everyone, it's Danny from Danny with a Planny here on YouTube and on Instagram. I am here with a daily journal base, laying down the stickers. I am using the collection from Sadie Stickers Mystery, September 2024. It was a cute little winter collection that I really love the colors of, the pastels, and it was just really pretty. I am planning in a Sterling Ink daily planner. Sorry, I was just double checking. It's a B6 size. It is the full year. The months are at the beginning of the book, and then towards the end, it's just dailies by month. And you can see like the one up in the top corner. I also pulled in some stuff from like other stickers from Paper Trail Plans, from the Pretty Pinko, and I think I've also pulled in some stuff from Letters to Apollo, Panda Bird Design as well. If I notice stuff as I go through, then I'll let you all know. But yeah, I really had some fun. I tried to do some different kind of layouts with this. When I say layouts, I typically do, and I talked about this in the last plan with me. I don't know whether to call these plan with me's, but just kind of laying down stickers for my journal. Those snowflakes I got from Sadie Stickers a couple years ago. It was like 2 years ago, I want to say, maybe even 3 at this point. But Panda Bird Design also has some snowflakes as well, and then I don't think there are any more in her shop, but Hello Petite Paper also had ones that I have used in the past as well. For her Petite Tuesday, she'll sometimes release them. Maybe if you guys asked, she would re-release them. So I was saying that I typically do like corners and then something in the middle, which is technically what I'm doing here, but I've been trying to make collages for the center section that I'm using my own. It does take a little bit more time, so sometimes I debate whether or not to do that, because the idea of this is a little bit more quick laydowns so that I'm not spending as much time. However, because I'm me and I'm extra, I have been doing a lot more layering than I think I originally had intended, but I'm having fun with it. I think that is ultimately the goal for me, is just make sure I have fun and enjoy my hobby that I like. So yeah, that's where we're at. I really love how a lot of this came out. I don't have, I guess, too much to talk about, so I'll probably be playing some music in between some of this and pop in to talk about other stuff as I see stuff that I want to talk about. If you have any questions about any of this as I'm going through, please be sure to post below questions. If you just want to say, hey, I love talking to everybody. I have gotten a little out of practice habit, I think is probably the better word, of responding. So I'm going to try to be a little bit better going into February. But yeah, leave me some comments down below and I will be popping in and out. Okay, I'm popping back on here because on this page I am doing something new and different, and I'm going to be using the Paper Trail Plans washi. They're the thin ones, paper, bottom washi, and I wanted to just create a border around the edge, but I did it so that it was kind of on one side of the corner for January 16th, and then on the 17th I did it in the bottom right corner, so top left and then bottom right, so that it kind of creates this sort of box around the whole page, and I really love how it turned out. I wasn't sure about it at first, but I kind of got inspired a little bit from LiQWYD Plans. So that was a Hello Petite paper item right there from her Petite Tuesday. Sorry, that was my light I just hit. So I wanted to just kind of create something different and give a little bit of contrast. I'm not really contrast, but just something different to the page, because I feel like, again, I'm just trying to step out of the box a little bit. But I got inspired by LiQWYD Plans, Jess of LiQWYD Plans, also one of the owners of Paper Trail Plans. And I don't remember what spread it was of hers that she did in her, I think it was a daily journal, or maybe it's her like regular planner that she uses. She's kind of been changing up her planners, so anyways, I just devour anything she puts out, so I just watch it. And I'm not really, it's just me watching her lay down pretty stickers and layering. She is a mastermind of layering. So anyways, I saw her do some kind of border around the outside, and so this is my take on the border idea. And then me doing a bunch of layering in the middle. I have been enjoying doing that. It also depends on like the foil collections that I have as well. And oh, these are Panda Bird Designs wraps. These can be a little bit tricky to figure out. I kind of envision them as like flowing through the sticker cluster that I had in the middle, and how I want to like envision them going all the way through, and then where would they end up on the other side of the like sticker cluster or wherever I'm using it with. And I feel like that's a little bit hard to explain, but hopefully you're kind of getting what I am talking about. If you have further questions about that, please put them below. But I found that they are a little bit tricky to kind of get your head around at first, but once you kind of think of it as like flowing through all the stickers that you're using. So you start at the bottom with one set of wrap, and then kind of envision it flowing through the rest of the sticker cluster, and then where would it end up, like quote unquote popping out, is kind of how I envision it. So yeah, that's what I do. And I've also been, you'll see me, I'm putting down the stickers. This helps it fold better, and sometimes me using the bone tool, it kind of flattens it in the middle, but sometimes will also cut it for me or create the crease enough where like it's semi-seamless when you're looking at it, but there is like a cut line in there, and it doesn't require me to use my X-Acto knife, which I appreciate because I don't want to mess up the binding in the middle. And sometimes if you use the X-Acto knife in the middle, depending upon like how much pressure you put on there, you could cut the binding, and I don't obviously want to do that. So the bone tool is really nice, especially the pointed one that I'm using. So it kind of creates that crease, and with washi paper it definitely gives it a little bit of a tear. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that like it's helpful for creating to make it close a little bit easier. However, she's getting chunky, and it's only 2 months in. I'm currently about halfway through February while I'm recording this, and I'm shocked at how chunky she's getting already. I'm like, I can't even imagine what's gonna look like by the end of the year. But it's also exciting too. If you are like me, you love laying down stickers and love it when they get a little chunky. So okay, I am going to let some more music play, and I'll probably be back on in a little bit.
Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art.
Me again. I wanted to pop back on because of something that's getting ready to come up, but also mention that those phone frames that I'm using, I do have them in my freebie. They're no longer available. They were a collab that I did with Sadie Stickers, but I normally try to include them into my freebie for her so that if people didn't have the opportunity to get them, they can still get them that way. So just letting you know. And then this next part that I am getting ready to do, I kind of always struggle with those larger swatches that have the pattern in the background. And so lately I've been using or doing this kind of collage, I suppose is the word, where I take the swatch and I put it like diagonally across the page and then put stickers on either end, deco stickers on either end, and then just kind of build out from there. So that's what I've been doing, but I'm super curious what other people do with those larger swatches because I would love to just maybe go outside my box some and just see what other people are using those for. Same thing with the swashes page, which is her last page of the collection. I tend to not always know what to do with those as well. So always looking for ideas and inspiration from other people as well. So if you have thoughts or ideas, let me know. And yeah, so that is the collage I created with that swatch that I had before. And I think that's it. I did the frame thing again on this page. I wanted to do it more than once for a section just because cohesion, I suppose. Somebody asked me recently, and I guess I'll talk about it now, asked how I plan out. Do I do it by week? And actually I don't. I kind of just use up a collection as far as it will last me for the most part. I just start a day and then use that collection throughout to see how far it gets me. So if it gets me 5 days, then it gets me 5 days. If it gets me 8 days, then it gets me 8 days, and so on and so forth. So depending upon how long that collection goes for is just kind of how long I use it. And I try to do my plan ahead, laying down the spreads, usually I'll use up just a whole kit, so a collection, and just do it that way. So I don't do it by week. I really do it by collection is how I kind of do it. And then also I'll try to do, like, sometimes I'll do 2 collections at once just to kind of really get ahead so that I don't have to worry about planning. I'm just kind of sitting down for one long sticker laying down section. And yeah, so that's kind of my thought process with how I'm using the sticker collections that I'm using for this. So I'll get potentially 2 to 3 per month that I use. I think it also just depends on what's going on. And then what I've done recently is that I've been using whatever is left over. So if I have more of something left over, then I've been using that in my monthly of the same journal. I do want to apologize for the, I think it's called banding that's happening on the screen. So kind of, and I like really hate if I'm just drawing attention to it, so I apologize. But there does seem to be some kind of band running through, and I was looking up on YouTube why that's happening, because it bothers me. I think it has something to do with, like, I zoomed in with the camera on my phone, and then the lighting that I have, and I do semi have a new phone, and I've just noticed it recently, this banding. So I'm trying not to zoom in as much on the camera and more so using my camera stand, what I use to hold my phone, to zoom in and out instead, and that seems to be improving. It had to do with the shutter speed. I don't know, all that technical stuff with cameras I don't always understand, but I think what the guy was saying is that the lighting is having a hard time, or the phone is really good at collecting like minute details, and so the lights are flickering and it's picking it up, and that's why it's creating the band, I think is what I was understanding. But like when I zoom in, the shutter speed is it's more noticeable with the shutter speed, I think. I'm really bad. If somebody else understands this and understands why there's banding and can give me some like tips, also very open to that. But I think on the video that I was just recording most recently, I think I fixed it by just using the stand to zoom in and out. But yeah, this part of the spread was my last one that I did for this collection. So I feel so free, like it feels very freeing to me at the very end when I am able to use up all the rest of the stickers and I don't have to worry about trying to save it. So when I've decided like, oh, well, I could probably go 1 or 2 more pages, but let me just, I have another collection coming up, so let me use that one for the following days. And I had Hive that I wanted to use for the following week, because I was meeting Cassie of Sweet Like Honey Plans on YouTube and on Instagram. She's like my planner bestie, and I was getting to meet her for the very first time. We went to Galentine's with a Plan that's hosted by Shanice, and it was so fun. But I wanted to use the Hive collection, also by Sadie Stickers, to mark that, because she loves bees, and I thought it was just really fitting to use that collection for the week that I met her. So I knew the next day, the 26th, I was going to start using that collection, so I could be free with what I was doing on this page. And I feel like I went all out, and I was nervous to do a band down the middle, because I'm like, am I gonna have enough room for writing? But yeah, totally have enough room for all the writing that I needed to do for those days. And I love how this turned out. Very obsessed with this. So I used a Dash of Sun, those mirrors there. Also been dying to use those, so super happy to use that collection. And the Panda Bird design I used up at the top, the foiled snowflakes, I love those as well. So very excited that I got to do this. And then these are the rest of the stickers that I didn't use, but a lot of it's still deco that I could use for other spreads, so I was kind of okay with that. So any winter spreads. I want to thank you all for joining me for this, and there will be a little bit of a flip through at the very end. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. Here are some other videos you can watch. Hope you enjoy!